And welcome back to Late Night Love. As I start the night with wet pants, I'm just,
Excuse me?
yeah, I've got wet pants. You saw it. I just dropped half my, well, okay, not half my, I dropped that much of my drink onto my pants right before we started.
No.
It didn't work out very well, but will work out very well is if you, our dear listeners out there, would do us the favor and go to latenightLove.us. You can send us your questions, comments, suggestions, etc. to love at latenightLove.us. And there's anything else. And whatever else. Do the like, subscribe, share thing. I don't know. I should write these down. But I haven't yet. So it doesn't look like it's a good. Doesn't look like that's in the future. Some nights the world feels like it's running a little too fast. Tonight is an example. Your mind won't sleep, your job won't chill, your heart won't settle, and the people you love keep surprising you in ways you didn't ask for. Tonight on Late Night Love, we're sitting in that space where life gets a little messy and love gets a little bit loud. From workplace chaos and awkward crushes to parenting curveballs to relationships that test the limits of patience, forgiveness, and self respect. This episode is all about the moments that shake us awake and keep the quiet truths that help us find our footing again. So settle in, dim the lights, and let's talk about the things that we only admit after dark, like having wet pants. I'm sorry, that's sitting here with wet pants. It's going to be on my mind for the rest of the show. What do you want from me? I suppose it's summer. It could dry. I mean, I could stop and go change, but
Technically, it's one leg.
it's still my pants are wet.
I'm with you. I can't handle wet socks. I just can't handle it.
Yeah, well, if it were wet socks, I could take my socks off.
Mm.
But, and then I just have wet feet and then sticky feet because lemonade is sticky. Anyway, I'm up for a world of hurt in a little bit.
Okay.
So that's our drama trauma for this evening is me having wet pants. But I suppose that's as much drama trauma in our life at the moment.
I'll take it.
We'll take it. And speaking of taking it, we're going to take ourselves right into our life segment. So tonight we are looking at the everyday battles that somehow feel bigger at 2 a.m. Insomnia that won't quit, managers who dig into your past, supervisors who push boundaries, and the strange, sometimes hilarious accommodations workplaces make to keep the wheels turning. We're also talking about crushes on the sly, shy, balding nerds, unpaid wages, and the delicate art of telling someone you love their breath could knock out a houseplant. Oh, I just read that. I think I need glasses. It's the part of life where you're exhausted, confused, and still trying to be a decent human being. Let's see if I can say that one. And the delicate art of telling someone you love that their breath could knock over a houseplant. All right, I just had it pay strong. That's all. It's one of those things when you don't read it first. It's a long sentence.
See?
So, hey, man, I'm busy doing nothing. All right. So, where are we starting with tonight?
Well, here's an age-old question. How can I keep myself awake tomorrow at work? He has insomnia.
Same way everybody does. Caffeine,
Yeah.
sugar.
Yeah.
On occasionally slap yourself, take a nap at lunch. Take that 20-minute power nap at lunch in the car. You know, Somehow we lost connection to our microphone.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
that's all right. I can fix that later in post.
Okay.
Make sure. Okay.
Okay, we're working.
Yeah. I can fix that in post.
Okay.
So where was I?
Call your old job.
Oh, it's quite common to call your old job, frankly, because that's how they check your references. But your old job, while they can legally say anything they want, it's just it theoretically opens up to potential lawsuits. So if it was a bad employee, all they're really going to do is say yes, they worked here. But that's the clue. If they're a bad employee, that's all they're going to say. If they're a good employee, then they'll just tell you, yeah, he was fine, he was great, he was here on time. So they'll tell you the positive things about them.
Yeah.
So if they've got no report at all, then it's telling you that they weren't a good employee. But at 18, all they're caring is, do you know how to show up on time?
That's really all they care about.
That's really what they're expecting. They didn't expect you to do that properly the first time. Okay.
I don't know what to do about my partner's bad breath. Now, this is a business partner. And now this is a female, and she's got a male partner.
Okay.
And he has bad breath. Now, if this were two dudes, this would not be an issue.
Yes, you'd just be blunt, and that's the easiest way to if dealing with a guy, you just be blunt is the best way to deal with it. You hand him a pack of Tic Tacs. Yeah. Yeah, keep the whole pack. Go to Costco and buy him a pack of Tic Tacs. That type of thing. Now, maybe signs of a health issue, right? But probably not.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
He's 25. He won't brush his teeth, I guess, or something. But that can't be it.
Well, there is a medical issue with, but I forget what it's called. It starts with a T. I keep wanting to say telekinesis, but it's not it. Telenosis, something like that.
Okay.
Or it's actually a medical condition about bad breath. And I'm going to screw up the name. So please don't go try to look up those names because that's not it. It's one of those, I can barely remember those kind of names anyway. So the fact that I even have something pinned in my head for that is, I could look it up, I suppose. We could look up what is the name for medical condition for chronic bad breath.
Well, maybe I could work that into our next show.
Yeah, well, we could ask your ChatGPT guy.
Yeah.
Good. Anyway, one of these days we'll probably should do that right here on the screen, but not tonight. All right.
Because I don't have my phone. Okay.
Well, I have other computers, but I'm not set for it.
Okay.
Okay.
How could I go about respectfully refusing to do what my supervisor is telling me to do?
Well, it depends why. If you're going to respectfully tell somebody, refuse to do a task, you better have a reason why. It better be at least somewhat valid. And it's above my pay grade generally doesn't cover it. Although on occasion it does. On occasion, I'm not comfortable making those kinds of decisions, which is the polite way of saying that's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, it depends what they're asking you to do. Is it just something you don't want to do? Or is there some reason, I mean, do you work at McDonald's and someone told you to go wash the dishes and you don't want to go wash the dishes? Tough crap. Go wash the dishes.
Yeah.
Is someone telling you to sign some paperwork that is unethical at best? Okay, that's a different question, right?
Yeah.
And then, quite frankly, at that point, you don't respectfully refuse to tell them. You tell them to stuff it, and you go find someplace else, right? Because that place is going to go down with the ship sooner or later.
Sooner or later.
So it really depends. Yeah. If it's just something that's unpleasant but still fits under your umbrella of job description, you're just going to have to do it. Sorry, that's what they pay you for. It's called a job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trust me, 2/3 of my job is not what I like to do. It just is. Yeah, I don't like doing paperwork and filling out grant, compliance, and
That's your favorite.
it's my favorite. And dealing with insurance companies and all. No, thank you. So anyway,
But it's part of the job.
it's part of the job.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the most insane accommodation you've witnessed for an employee?
Well, I haven't personally witnessed any insane accommodations. Well, because one, early in my career, I was working in warehouses and assembly lines and whatnot, and there's not much room for accommodations in dangerous assembly lines and warehouses. There's just not much room for that. So you never saw anything out of whack. It's not that you didn't have people right, but they were limited in what they were asked to do. So there was just no insane accommodations that had to be made. And recently, while I work with plenty of people who need accommodations, there's nothing that's out of, nothing that's that big of a deal. Yeah, so I have to put, blind buttons on on CD equipment so the people who are hard to see know where the play button is, or things like this. Right? There's nothing insane about that. So I personally haven't seen many. Now, you've all heard kind of horror stories about. Everybody's heard horror stories, but apocryphal or not.
I've never experienced I've never witnessed an insane one, but I only did go through working a supervisor who was a nursing mother, and that was a serious chunk of our day was committed to that. Well, her day. And legally, we're in California. They're bound to accommodation.
I see things like standing desks, that kind of thing, light adjustments, but none of those things are overly insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I worked at an old job, but they won't pay me since I worked less than 10 hours. Take them to the labor board.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You worked at an old. Yeah, I don't know. There's something more to this story. But yes, if it's generally you work less, it doesn't matter if you worked 2 hours or 1 hour.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you get the pay. So that's not really relevant. So, so I don't know. But it's hard to know what was going on here. There seems to be something else to the story.
Well, they can also talk to the labor board. I mean, that doesn't cost anything.
You could, but my guess is this is an under the table job, and so you go into the labor board ain't going to do you no dang bit of good. So.
Oh, you think it's under the table?
Yeah. Some under the table construction job is working dig ditches. He didn't even finish the job, so he doesn't want to pay him. Happens all the time.
I don't like that.
He didn't say it was right or didn't say it was. I'm just saying it happens. It's also not right to finish the job you were supposed to do. So maybe you're not capable of finishing it. It's another thing. But that's the dangers of working under the table at the same time. So it's not that I don't have some sympathy. I just think that there's more to this story. And I have a suspicion that this is all under the table stuff. Otherwise, you would have gone through the process of being hired. And there doesn't seem to be, just in the way that question is phrased. I don't know anything else. And you missed a question, by the way.
I did. Oh, yeah. Would you like to do that one now?
Sure.
All right. Okay, now this is at work. I like a shy, nerdy, introverted. I like a shy, introverted man, and I don't even care he's balding. Now she has a crush. She doesn't know how to approach him.
Well, it's a woman approaching a man. All you have to do is say hello. Quite frankly, a nerdy, baldy person, you'll have him at hello. Quite frankly,
bake him something.
You don't have to do that. Just say hello. Just be nice to him.
Be nice to him. Yeah, definitely. Be nice to him. Be sweet. Smile at him.
Find out what his favorite drink is and buy him one. That, if he likes Pepsi, buy him a Pepsi. If he likes Red Bull, you buy him a Red Bull. If he likes a double latte, whatever it is, you buy him one of those.
What about find out his favorite candy bar?
Yeah, I mean, if it's easy, it doesn't. The actual detail is irrelevant, right? Mm-hmm. It can be anything. It just be a little nice to him. It's all you have to do. And it's actually quite easy. Sadly, a little pathetic as well, but we are that easy. So it is what it is.
That easy, huh?
Yeah, just be nice to him. You'd be surprised how well.
Now, do you think this is also going to be one of those cases where she's going to have to say to him, I'd like to be your girlfriend?
Maybe. But just try being nice to him.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens. And then if he, if he's oblivious still, because it's entirely possible he'll still be oblivious, then you can ask him to coffee or lunch or something. Something after work, or not a work lunch, on a Saturday or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, ask him out on a date.
No, don't make it a date, because that puts pressure on it.
Excuse me, it's an outing.
Yeah, don't put pressure on him. You're just going to go hang out for a little bit. Say hello on a random Saturday night.
On date night.
It's other people's date nights, not theirs. They're just having coffee, right? Don't put any pressure on it, and those things will grow. So,
okay,
it is what it is. All right, life doesn't always give us clean edges or easy answers, but even when we're tired, underpaid, or overthinking everything, we keep showing up, and that counts for something. Let's take a breath and move into the night where love gets complicated in a whole different way. We'll see that tomorrow. Have a good night, and please remember to love everybody.
Good night.
Jack in the crack.
Jack in the crack.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
And welcome back to Late Night Love. Jesus, I am just out of sorts tonight. What is going on with me tonight? In love tonight, we are stepping into the emotional trenches. I'm out of sorts. To the emotional trenches of parenting and partnerships, from the first summer without childcare, to kids obsessed with prime drinks, to partners comparing smiles, and parents who still enforce good Lord, phone curfews at 19. This is the messy middle of modern family life. We're also touching on gender disappointment, stomach aching babies, and the quiet guilt that comes with wanting to be everything for everyone. See, I'm telling you, the wet pants to start the show was just threw me off. I'm sticky. There's just all kinds of problems. I'm just all out of sorts tonight. It's funny for us, but I hope they're not. I hope you all out there are having a better time.
I hope you're laughing at this.
Yeah, I don't even know how to start. So we're just gonna plow through it, because what else are you gonna do? What's our first question tonight?
Okay, this poor girl. first summer without childcare. How are working parents actually doing this? Grandma and Grandpa?
Well, how old are the children?
Like 6 and 9.
I don't know. Depends. At the 9-year-old's relatively independent, right?
Yeah.
So it's really only the 6-year-olds we're really worried about. And see, this is the problem you and people like you and our age have. You go, what? You go to work and they take care of themselves. What's your problem? It's just we're taking care of ourselves essentially at 9.
I was.
At 9, 10 years old.
I was 9, but I wasn't taking care of my 6-year-old sister.
Yeah, that's the difference, right? The
Yeah.
9-year-old can take care of themselves. The
I was
6-year-old,
before and after school.
the 6-year-old is a little bit different. And this isn't the 70s, right?
Yeah.
So, and we're not in rural Ohio or suburban Sacramento.
60s, rural Ohio. Seriously, farm country,
Yeah.
you know?
Late 70s, early 80s, suburban Sacramento. It's like, our biggest danger was falling into the river. I mean, seriously, that was that was the biggest danger we faced.
Yeah.
And no one ever knew it, but that's a whole different story. Well, here's how parents do it. They just figure it out. And the answers are different for every individual person. Like you said, sometimes they have grandma and grandpa. Sometimes they have
aunts and uncles.
Sometimes they have a coworker who needs a couple extra $100, who's got a sister who could use a couple extra $100 and watches kids, for a few hours during the day. It really depends. Or you could have answers like, in our family, my son is the stay-at-home parent, while his wife is the breadwinner, because it just costs more money for childcare than he can make in a month.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just stupid. And so they don't.
Yeah.
And so that's how they do it. And that's its own sacrifice, right?
And she has a skilled career as a nurse.
And so these are answers parents just have to figure out. And it's not being flippant.
No, it isn't.
It's just
we've been there.
It's just that there's no singular answer.
There isn't, and you get through it one summer at a time. Seriously, no 2 summers are going to be alike.
No, and the thing is that 9-year-old, as they get older, they become less and less needing of the attention. They just start needing guidance rather than attention. And so it becomes a little easier.
Yeah,
because you're really focusing more and more on, okay, how do I deal with the young one?
Yeah.
As the older one becomes more self-sufficient. So there is as time moves on, there is some relief ahead. Now, your stresses are different because now you don't know what that kid is out there doing, but you've raised them to make, pretty good decisions, and you trust in the process. Right? That's what every parent has to do at some point. So.
And it's hard. It is. Your little one is growing up, Yeah.
And then there are things like for the 6-year-old, there are day camps. I work at a community center, and around the corner in the community center, they have camps in the summer for kids on certain days. So sometimes you can get Wednesdays be dealt with at the community center.
Yeah.
So there are ways to fill gaps or to have less gaps that need to be filled. Yeah. There's ways to do this. So take advantage of those as well. Okay.
A parent told me every kid should win a prize during party games. What do you think?
I think that parent should suck it. Someone needs to be, everybody can win a prize. Now it depends, right?
Don't be bossy about somebody else's party. What the heck is that?
Well, here's the thing. If it's like at a birthday party, everybody gets a basic prize for coming to the party, right? I actually can get that. Everybody gets a bubblegum card, some bubblegum and a baseball card, right?
You know what I used to do? We'd play games and then everybody would get a grab bag. We wouldn't have a prize for each game.
No, well, you'd have a prize for each game, but everybody would leave with something completely separated from the games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the winner of the game got a prize.
Oh.
No, but the participants didn't. But everybody got essentially a door prize.
Yeah.
You got a prize for walking in the door.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming. Here's a bag of bubble gum and baseball cards and marbles. Depending upon the age of the.
Where have you been? You have to do a decorative bag.
I raised boys.
You got to have a pencil in there for one.
There's no decorative bags when you have boys. No one cares about the decorative bags. You're lucky if you get a Ziploc. We're boys. Why you decorated a bag for boys? They don't care. That's about the dumbest waste of time.
You buy them.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
You buy the brown sandwich bags. Here you go.
No.
Or Ziploc bags. Or you just tell them.
That's not very festive.
We're boys. They don't care about festive. They just want to go play their game.
Excuse me. I'm the mom doing the party. It has to be festive.
I'm just saying that when you're dealing with boys, they don't care about that stuff. Mom cares. The boys don't.
If there's little girls, they care.
Yeah, but I had boys. And my daughter.
You had. This is why Summer turned out the way she did.
Hey, my daughter brought me a Dr. Pepper. So don't tell me about how my daughter turned out.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that as an observation.
I'm just saying.
Not as a judgment.
I'm just saying. I think I won. So. So here's my thing. Yes, the winner of the prize, you want to have party games, great, but the prizes should mean something, right? If you're going to have a game, you have the winners. Winning should mean something. But you do want to make sure everybody leaves with a door prize if you're going to do that, so no one feels left out. I have no understanding of that. Yeah. You get something for coming, right? I don't care if it's a sticker and a Twizzler. Just give them something for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
My girlfriend of 4 months got sad when I showed her a pic of me and my son because my smile was bigger than in any of our pics together. This woman is 27 years old. I'm sorry if she doesn't get this, that kids come first. And yeah, he's the biggest source of joy in your life. Always has been, has been before her, and will be after. And she has just got to come to grips with that. And if she can't, I'm sorry, she's not the one for you. I see issues in your future here with you and your son. And in essence, is it going to come down to where she's going to make you choose?
Well, I got a question. Just because she got sad doesn't necessarily mean she made a big deal about it. She can be sad, and it's okay to, if you were someone you love, it's okay to mention to someone, this made me a little sad. She's 27. She probably doesn't have a lot of experience in dealing with this. I'm not willing to completely throw her under the bus over this yet. I
think she needs to flip and grow up.
Now, that may very well be true. She may be a little more self-centered. She doesn't understand men don't like taking pictures with their spouse. They're never uncomfortable. The smiles look phony every single time. The only way you get a good picture of a man with his spouse is a candid one when they're not paying attention. That's it. Right? Well, unless the photogenic guys. Those guys don't count, though. But for the most of us, we hate taking pictures. We despise it. Even of the person we love. The problem is when you're taking children with our kids, we're faking it for our kids. And so you get this big cheesy grin that looks great later on, but you don't know that we're faking it for the kids. We don't want to be taking this picture unless, of course, again, it was a candid shot and you got a genuine raw moment. You can't judge anything on a genuine raw moment because it's a split second in time. If you're taking that shot half a second later, you've got a goofy, twisted face. It's right. Those things work. You got someone in the middle of a sneeze and looks like, hey, he's got his big grin on his face. No, he's just about to sneeze. If you took that picture half a second later, you'd have this. So I'm not willing to completely throw her under the bus. I get it. It's an immature reaction, but she's 27. That, childish comes as naturally to a man as it does a child. She got a little sad because she doesn't see pictures. But here's the thing, no one's taking pictures of your best moments, of you and your spouse's best moments. You're not sitting there recording you and your spouse's best moments. You're not, geez, no one does that. Your best moments just happen. They happen to catch somebody else catching you with the best moment with your child. That happens far more often. So she's not comparing equality to equality. She's not comparing our best moments together with those best moments together. And then, secondly, why are you comparing moments? Just enjoy what you've got. So there is some stuff for her to learn. I'm just not willing to throw her under the bus. These are some massive red flags. She was sad. It's an emotion. You're allowed to have emotions. It's how you deal with them. And we have no idea how she dealt with them.
She's comparing.
Yes, she's comparing, and that's a problem. But that's a problem of a lot of 27-year-olds. I'm not willing to throw her under the bus for being 27. What did we do at 27? Huh?
I was getting sober.
Okay, so what did we do at 25?
I started on my spiritual journey.
See, but the point is, we were not mature at 27, were we?
No,
we weren't. That's about right the time where we start going, oh, I don't know jack squat, do I? Right? It's 27, 30, somewhere in that range when you start to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Just let her learn something. This is a learning opportunity for her.
All right.
And
she gets one chance.
She has every right to be sad, right? You can't control the emotion that you have. You can't control what you do with it.
Keep it to yourself.
You can't control what I have no problem sharing, right? But what do you do with it? What are you going to do with that emotion?
Talk to your mom.
Maybe. Don't talk to your friends because the 27-year-old women are toxic these days. So don't go talk to
Sorry, don't talk to your friends.
Don't go talk to your 27. No. Find an old woman. Go talk to a 50, 60-year-old.
Someone who's been there, done that.
Yeah. Talk to an older woman.
Yeah.
Who's done that. And depending upon the relationship, I don't necessarily mind them having this conversation. This made me sad. Don't want you to do anything with it. I'm just wanting you to know this is what I was feeling. I'm working on it. It's a stupid feeling. And I'm working.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. I've done that with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm working through this emotion. I don't like it either, but it is what it is.
Actually, I think I've done that with your kids.
Yeah, it happens.
Because, I mean, I had never been in a relationship with someone with children, and you came with 5. It was a little overwhelming.
No way, man.
But I was ready. I was what, 40 years old. I was ready. I was 38, 39, something like that. And I was finally in my life where I'm like, okay, this is silly.
Sweetie, you were 50.
Was I 50? Oh, yeah, I was.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. No, I was 48 because we've been together 17 years and I'm going to be 65. Anyways. I was at a point in my life where I finally, it's like, you can't do this. Men who are 50 are going to have kids.
This is true.
Don't stop it.
You're going to have to start going after the cradle robbing at some point.
I know. I tried that. It was bad.
Yeah. What do you want those immature ones for? Jesus Christ. We're not even mature at 50. And what the hell do you want one who's even less mature?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is why I was off the market for 10 years.
I'm still not mature.
And I would take forays into the dating world. And then it's like, and then I'd go back in and I'd go be a hermit again for another year. But, okay, so you're going to give this give this girl another chance.
As long as she's dealing with it and not it's not accusatory, it's just informational, right? She's going, hey, I had this emotion. I'm trying to work through it. And she's trying to work through it. She's not making it a thing. She's just saying, this is what it is.
She's just sharing.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's sharing where her headspace is. Maybe she doesn't have anybody to share with, right? Maybe she doesn't have a 60-year-old friend she can go talk to. Maybe her mother has passed away, and so her husband.
There really should be a dial-a-mom.
So maybe her husband is her support system.
Grandma.
And let's give him credit. He was, at least mature enough to, go to Reddit and try to figure out, okay, what's my response here, rather than flying off the handle on his own response. So let's give him a little credit too for taking time to, okay, let me think this through and see what it really means, rather than fly off on my own emotional.
Okay.
So let's give them both a little bit of credit. Right? She's young and emotional, has an emotion she doesn't know what to deal with yet. All right, we'll give her that. At least she's trying to deal with it. And he doesn't let his emotions overwhelm him. And so he's looking for his, way through it. Let's give him credit for having a semi-functional relationship.
All right.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, my 6-year-old is suddenly obsessed with prime drinks, and I don't know what to give him instead. Everybody at this little boy's kindergarten has prime drinks. And she took a look at the label, and she doesn't like what, she doesn't want to give her kid all those additives.
Nope, completely understandable. 6-year-olds probably shouldn't be drinking those prime drinks anyway.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it a marketing thing. It's a trend. The thing is, it'll go away in a few months. You just have to be strong in those few months. You don't replace it with anything. You just tell him no. It's tough because you want to solve his problem, but his problem is peer pressure.
Mm-hmm.
The problem isn't actually the prime drink. The problem is he's got to learn to, not conform to peer pressure. And sadly, this is your time to just say no. And you give him whatever you were going to give him anyway. Maybe you pack his other favorite drinks a little more often, but you don't tell him. Yeah. Maybe he gets chocolate milk more often or whatever it is, Yeah. But you don't tell him that. Just tell him no.
That's a good one. Instead of prime drink, send him with chocolate milk. So there,
or whatever. I don't know if it's feasible. That's what we would do in our days. But we didn't care. They didn't care if we drank half sour milk when we were kids. So
put it in a thermos.
Yeah, they have better thermoses these days.
They do
than we did. So they'll actually stay cold.
Yeah.
So you can do that. Send them with chocolate milk. They have battery-powered thermoses to keep stuff cold nowadays.
Stop it.
What, you think they don't?
This is great. Now I got to look it up on Amazon.
Keep stuff cold in your battery-powered thermos. You can have cold chocolate milk for lunch. He's 6. Just my suggestion is just to make sure you say no. You help him not give in to peer pressure. You say 6-year-old.
Yeah, set a trend. Don't go with the sheep. Be a lion. Set your own way.
Well, he ain't gonna care about that.
Chocolate milk.
Yeah, just tell him no, and then give him more of his other favorite drink.
There you go.
Chocolate milk, orange juice, whatever the heck it is. You just give him more of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gender disappointment. She's getting a boy again.
I can understand. How many boys does she have at this point?
She has 2.
And so she's gonna get a third one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel her pain. And here's the thing I want you, it's okay to feel that way.
Yeah.
Because it'll evolve. You'll end up, not carry that you had a boy, another boy. Even now, there's parts of you that want to go, I wish I had my daughter sooner, right? But then I wouldn't have had all my boys, and I wouldn't have the daughter I have now. And no, I really wouldn't, right? It's one of those things that you kind of say that, but you really wouldn't change jack diddly squat.
Yeah.
And so you don't. It's okay. You wanted a little girl. You've got a dream of having a little girl since you've wanted kids, right? And the dresses and the doing the fun furly things and the makeup together, or I don't know, riding horses or go shooting bows and arrows. I don't know, whatever it is her little dream was. She clearly had a dream for her and her little girl.
Yes, she did.
And now that dream has been dashed yet again. It's the same way men have when they get girls instead of the little boys, and they want a little quarterback or someone to work on the car with them, or all those little things, and they get a little disappointed that they have a daughter. These are completely 100% natural human reactions. It's okay to have them. That's what I want to tell you, is it's okay to have those reactions. And we go back to, what do you do with them? You honor it, and then you love the child you get, because you're not going to get another one of, this is the only one of this child you're going to have. Regardless, girl, boy, or whatever. This is the only one of those you're going to get.
Sorry.
So you're going to enjoy that one.
Yeah.
Whatever it comes out as.
Yeah.
Little man bear pig. It doesn't matter. It's going to be yours. And so you'll be all right. But
you will be. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. You to have that feeling.
And my guess is the reason she's coming here to Reddit and posting this is she's feeling a little guilty for feeling.
Yeah, she is.
She's feeling guilty for feeling that
the baby.
Disappointed.
They did the ultrasound. The baby's perfectly healthy. Everything's all the body parts are there. And so she's trying to be grateful, but she's disappointed.
She was the coin landed has a kid. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I have 3 girls.
Yeah, I got.
And every time I wondered, is this going to be, am I going to get a son? And I didn't.
Well, we eventually got a girl.
And I evolved emotionally to, and now I embrace. I have 3 healthy girls who are good people. Huzzah.
Yeah. So
I win.
You'd be all right. You just have a high testosterone house. Other houses have high, estrogen.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Sorry.
Your house is going to be motion and basketball and
on the plus side,
a lot of food.
You'll have less emotions. Oh, you'll still have emotions. You'll just have less of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the range won't be as many.
And then the girlfriends will start showing up, and you'll get attached to him, and then they. But because they're 16 off, she goes off to somebody else. They break up. Nobody's fault. And it hurts. It hurts. Because you thought, oh, maybe I could have a daughter-in-law. And you will someday. You're going to have 3 daughters-in-laws. Imagine that.
Or not. Well, or maybe. You never know these days.
It's going to be great.
So anyway, just love the children you have, and you'll be okay. That's I'm going to end up with that. You'll be all right.
You will.
Okay. What's next?
Okay. This one is a rough one. 19 with a phone curfew. It led to a physical altercation with my mom. She's almost 60.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm considering moving out. His phone curfew is at 8 p.m.
She. Yeah.
And she's considering moving out.
Yeah.
And it's been 8 o'clock curfew since she was 14. Now she's 19. She's working. She's paying for her own phone.
Well,
but they're like, you live here, you follow our rules.
Well, if you're in that kind of a house, you probably should just better off moving.
It's time to.
Because especially you're paying for your own.
Go.
You're paying for your own phone. They can pound sand.
Yeah.
That's now. Granted, you're coming from someone who didn't really impose curfews on his children. It was when you were young, get in before dark, and when you were older, it's just come home. Now, oddly enough, my kids already left the house, but that was the other thing. So
you had a safe house.
yeah. So here's the thing: get your move out plan.
Yeah.
Would be my suggestion.
Now, she does feel awful that it escalated to a physical altercation with her mom, and she has apologized.
Well, her mother needs to apologize too, because this is going too far. So I'd just start planning your move out.
Yeah.
And often the actual planning of the move out would actually sometimes makes them rethink their position.
It does.
As they realize they're being unreasonable.
All of a sudden, you're going to have a 10 o'clock phone curfew, you know?
And her answer to that is, no, I'm an adult. You cannot tell me when I can and cannot use my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot be treated like a child.
Yeah.
Hey, I get it. You don't want me coming in and out at 2 a.m., unless I'm going to work, coming to and from work. I get it. Right? You're not.
Sure.
It's like even boarding houses have rules, right? When you can come and go.
Yeah.
So I get it. But the use of my phone, that's my personal private property.
Yeah.
You have no control over that. So that would be my only suggestion. But make your move out plan. And the move out plan itself may change things, but don't count on it. Find a move out plan, and getting good roommates is difficult. So good luck on that. But a bad roommate is sometimes better than a worse roommate. So,
yeah.
So, okay.
Okay. 6 months old and still needs to be burped.
Not
The baby has a lot of stomach pain, a lot of gas.
Check for like a hiatal hernia. Those that can cause the things can do that.
Mm-hmm.
You do the squishy thing
with the legs.
Yeah, the squishy
you
thing.
You flex their legs up, their little knees up to their chest, and then that pushes the gas out sometimes. And you do that back and forth.
This helps it move around.
Moves the gas around.
It moves stuff. It just gets stuff moving.
Yeah,
it's because what happens is the stuff gets stuck, and then it hurts. So you can help them get stuff moving. Is a thing. But if their child is having lots of stomach pain, you get them checked out, because we had a child with a hiatal hernia that was causing a lot of pain, and so once that got fixed, a lot of the pain went away.
Yeah.
So just get it checked out. Be my suggestion. But also, if it is just gas, change your feeding methods. You're getting too much air down there when you're feeding them, or you're feeding them stuff that is generating too much air or too much gas on digestion. What are you feeding that child? It becomes the other question. Then if it's not something medical, then it's either what you're feeding them or how you're feeding them. Right?
Well, she says the bottle is really airy, a lot of air.
Okay, well then change how you make that
bottle.
Change
your bottles.
Or change what you're making. What are you shaking it, and the formula still has a lot of air in it?
Yeah.
Well, then change how you mix it up so that you don't create the air bubbles.
Okay.
Right? So there's some process. There's some either what you're feeding them or the process you're using to feed them that is inducing more air than there should be, or creating more air.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd also check for whatchamacallit?
Hernia.
Yeah. Well, hernia, anything, any issue, actual issue.
Any physical, yeah.
Yeah, check for physical issues.
Mm-hmm.
Love stretches us, frustrates us, and sometimes breaks our hearts a little, but it also reminds us of why we keep trying. So for me and Levy tonight, have a good night, and please remember to love everybody.
Good night.
Oh, wait, I was actually going to end the stream like we were done. welcome back to Late Night Love.
Hello.
I am just having an off night. You know, some nights. Tonight, here on Late Night Love, we go a little bit deeper. Exes who won't let go. Brothers marrying ex-wives. Partners blaming you for past abuse. And the painful confusion of intimacy that doesn't feel safe, aligned, or reciprocated. We're also talking about good God. Mismatched sex drives, awkward bedroom moments, and the emotional whiplash of a menopause-driven desire. This is the part of the night where honesty gets raw and healing gets real. Well, apparently my ability to speak has not gotten real. But before we continue, we got to tell you, you can find us at Late Night Love. Send us your questions, comments, suggestions, etc. to love@latenightLove.us. Do it, subscribe. God, I almost had it. Subscribe, share, and all that other fun stuff for us. I almost got that one out.
Almost. Not quite. No. Sorry,
it really wasn't that close.
No.
It really wasn't that close. It's been a long night. All right. It's been crazy, so let's just get out of here. So what are we starting off with tonight?
Well, my ex, 49 male, still treats me, 51 female, together 12 years, like we're still a couple. How do I deal? She's going to move out soon.
Well, are you still acting like a couple? Apparently there's...
Well, they sleep together.
Okay, so apparently there's some...
Everything's the same in their life, in their home.
Uh-huh.
But they're divorced. But she got a divorce. And she's going to move out soon.
Uh-huh. So, okay, but most of the time when this happens, they sleep in different rooms. Like someone sleeps on... No. Well, okay. Gee, I wonder if you're sending mixed messages at all. And maybe that's why these things happen. You get a breakup, get a divorce, the whole 9 yards, but you're still sleeping in the same bed. There seems to be a disconnect somewhere. Just saying. Why would someone treat you different if you're not acting different?
I'm thinking he doesn't know how to treat her. She's acting exactly the same, so he's acting exactly the same.
Why change if you don't have to?
Yeah. I mean, what do you want from me? You know?
Yeah. He's
being nice. He's not being a jerk. He's not saying, leave now, pack your stuff, and he put it on the lawn. He's accommodating her.
I just don't understand why they're still sleeping in the same room, let alone the same bed.
Yeah.
Just, someone, if you sleep on the couch, if you have to, right? It's not that big of a, but I don't know, stubborn, both of them, maybe? Or,
well, she's a princess, is what she is.
Well, clearly, and it's only 12 years. This would be more understandable they've been together 30 years. They just don't know how to break their habits, right? They've been in habits so long. You can't break it. This is 12 years. So 12 years can be a habit, but it's not that deep of a habit.
Okay.
So this is a little codependency, maybe on both accounts, maybe a bit. And instead of accepting her responsibility for it, she's going to blame him. She doesn't want to take accountability, so she's blaming him for changing it. So it's his fault for not changing how we're behaving. He should change, not me. He should.
But she's the one who wanted the divorce. So I don't, I think it's all on her.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to accept the responsibility for that.
No.
She doesn't want to accept accountability.
No. I think she likes the comfort and security, and she's afraid.
Yeah.
Now that it's come down to it, she's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Yeah.
Well, if you're having second thoughts, looks like he's going to take you back, Missy.
Yeah, I suppose. No, she's determined. She's moving out soon. All right, she's probably been saying that for a year now, but and we can get it. It's, you know, you live certain places that are expensive.
Very expensive, really hard.
It's hard to move out.
Yeah.
And, you know, a 50-year-old woman doesn't want to get a roommate. I get it. So, I get it. But you have a roommate, knucklehead. I'm just I just don't get. I haven't changed my behavior either, but it's his fault he hasn't changed his. Well, McFly, somebody's gonna have to change, and he doesn't have to. It's not.
No.
There's.
Yeah. Why should he?
If you want things to change, guess what, sunshine?
You gotta change him.
He's perfectly happy. He doesn't need to change.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Ooh, this one. My brother has impregnated my ex-wife and then is engaged to marry her. How do I move on going forward? Oh, dude. This is a really hard one.
Well, first, let's get a little thing clear. His younger brother is 26. He's 35, and his ex-wife is 27. So let's face some realities here. The reality is his ex-wife and his brother were probably better partners, you know, just from sheer statistics. We're probably better off together in the beginning to begin with.
Yeah.
So personally, she's your ex-wife. What the hell do you care? You move on. This is hardly the first time this has happened in the history of you know, the
relationships
of the world. I mean, weren't there? Yeah. I mean, how many people did Cleopatra marry?
I'm sure there's a Greek tragedy written.
About 6 or 7 Greek tragedies about this kind of exact thing. So, how do you move on? You just move on. You'd be happy that they found happiness.
That may take a little while.
Yeah, and you may have to fake it
to get there.
Yeah,
fake it till you make it, dude.
That's my suggestion. Fake it, because what else are you gonna do?
And how close are you gonna be to this little baby?
Well, you might be very close.
That's what I mean.
You may not be. It depends. They may end up moving to Tallahassee or something. You only see them twice a year, if that. So I'm just saying, if 2 people have found genuine happiness, you'd be happy for them. She was your ex-wife. As long as he didn't do that while they were still married, it's kind of the definition of none of your business.
Yeah.
So just accept it as none of your business.
And she's an ex for a reason. You try and remember that.
Yeah. And it may just be they didn't work out. It might not be. She may be a perfectly nice person, but their differences were just.
That's what I mean.
Differences.
You got to remember the differences.
So
yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Okay. What's next?
Okay, this one. Boyfriend said that I'm partially at fault for staying in an abusive relationship. Any advice on how to handle this? Run.
I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. From like an after action report perspective, he's not entirely wrong. Now, here's the thing. That's not his role to tell you that. That's your sister's role or somebody else's role to tell you that. So that's the real
not
problem.
Your abuser.
No, he didn't say he's an abuser.
He is. He's the abuser.
Oh, I thought. See, it sounds like she was talking about a past relationship.
No.
Well, at this point, yes, she is at fault for not leaving. If that's the case, she is at fault.
If that's his attitude, get out.
That's not how it reads, but it reads like her past boyfriend was abusive, and he's saying, "Well, you should have left earlier." And on that that's how it reads. So maybe it's just a poorly worded question.
Okay.
But clearly, if someone tells you that and you're still in the relationship, it is your fault for still being in the relationship. You're a moron. At some stage, you have to accept responsibility for not being able to read the flashing red sign in front of you that says stop. And if you keep going, guess what? It's your fault. This is the flashing red sign that says stop. And if you keep going, you have to accept some responsibility for keep going. Do you not? Just at some point, there was a trial. God, what, Shia LaBeouf LaBeouf. Anyway,
I think this is too much blaming the victim.
Well, at some point, you have to accept responsibility for the condition you put yourself in if you're going to move forward. Do you not?
Yeah.
So accept responsibility and move forward. There's again, Shia LaBeouf is being sued by one of his ex-girlfriends because he's a dick, right? Perfectly fine.
Okay.
But on stage, she said, yeah, at any time I could have bought myself a first-class ticket back to my townhouse in London. I could have left anytime I had wanted. So why didn't you? You weren't financially dependent on him. You had your own money, your own resources, your own house halfway across the world. There was quite literally no reason for you to stay, except that you chose to. Not defending his behavior, but at some point, you have to accept responsibility for the choice you didn't make. That's all I'm saying. And if this is true, then if she doesn't leave at this point, then yeah, she is kind of responsible. Is she not? She missed the clear freaking bright red sign.
No, I have been.
It's like driving through a stop sign.
I've been in this situation more than once in my life. And to break free from it, I had to look at what I was getting out of it. Why was I staying? And it was fear of a lot of things, being alone, not being able to make it on my own. I was mentally ill. I needed help.
I understand all that, but the only way to do that is to accept your responsibility for that.
I wanted someone else to fix me.
Yes, but no one else can fix you. The only way to do that is to accept responsibility.
That's what I mean. And when I said, okay, he's not going to help me. I'm not going to get what I want out of this. He's not capable. And right now, neither am I. I don't have a good picker because I picked this idiot. So I need to go elsewhere.
Yes, you accepted responsibility for your
Yeah.
She has to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So whether now is it her fault? No, but it is her responsibility.
It's her responsibility. It's not fault.
Yeah, fault is the wrong word.
Yeah.
But it is her responsibility.
It is.
Because who else's responsibility is it?
Because he's not going to, because he's happy. He's happy sitting there abusing you and you taking it. He ain't going to change shit.
Why would he?
Why would he? He's happy.
Yeah. So you have to accept responsibility for the roles you played and your path out.
So I will stick with my original advice. Run.
Yeah. But the only way she's going to run is if she accepts responsibility and moves on. So,
yeah.
So it's one of those things. It's partially true. It's just he's not the one who gets to say that.
No.
Yeah, that's her sister or best friend or
to sit, because she needs someone to sit there and figure out why she's staying. What is she afraid of?
Yeah. So
yeah. Someone help her walk her through this. And if you don't have a sister, get to a counselor.
Okay.
Okay.
What's next?
Okay, they're both 30. Caught just talking inappropriately to a user on Reddit sexually. How do I move forward?
Okay, who was caught? Because this one makes no sense, the way this is phrased. Female 31, male 30 was caught talking inappropriate to a user on Reddit sexually. So what? They were both caught talking? What, were they at work?
Yeah. So by their respective partners.
Okay, so these two people are talking inappropriately on Reddit, but they're partnered with somebody else. What? It's like Jerry Springer.
I know. You shouldn't do that stuff.
Well, it depends, right? There's some relationships where, what's inappropriate in one relationship is perfectly fine in another person.
Well, apparently it's inappropriate in those relationships. They had not said, pixels are okay. That was not the deal.
Okay, now who is asking the question? Because
female.
But which one? Is it a female who caught their spouse or the female who was caught?
Was caught. No, who caught.
See, I don't.
Caught inappropriately using on they got caught. The female is writing that she got caught.
She got caught. Are we positive about this? Because it's the person anyway. This is what the tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. I can't even follow this question because it's
just so
it's
convoluted.
It's a bit convoluted, and I think it's poorly phrased as well. But
okay, I'll pay more attention to that. I'll pay more attention to that.
Let's just say we're gonna go with some generic advice.
Yeah.
A lot of different couples have different views on how chatting is, whether it's chatting is cheating or just a hobby or part of a relationship and don't care. Sometimes it spices up, get someone's motor going for you and you benefit from it. So some people don't care, that kind of thing.
That's why I don't mind you flirting.
I don't flirt. What are you talking about?
I've watched you. It looks like you're flirting. She's flirting.
Well, that may be true, but I still don't know that either. So
and then I sit there questioning, okay, is he? That's all right. And how do I feel about that? I'm fine because I know he's coming home with me.
I'm just chatting with people, so I don't know.
They're flirting. They're touching their hair.
I don't notice.
They're leaning into you and hanging on every single word you say.
It's loud in there. What are you talking about? Anyway.
Clueless.
So, if you're the one that caught, you just have to go and have a difficult discussion with your partner about why you have been doing this.
Yeah.
And because it may be I'm bored. And that's a hard discussion to have because how do you say, I don't know, bored, I guess.
Yeah, it's not serious. It's just
I'm bored and killing time, and it's a little fun, and it's more fun than watching Netflix. It's just that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's no real good answer to these kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
Someone's looking for some good, deep answer, and there's not one. We're humans, and we're bored, and we cure our boredom with stupid decisions on occasion.
We do.
And so, or maybe there is something different. Maybe she's feeling lonely. And so she's going to have a difficult conversation with her and her spouse, but that means she's going to have to do a little introspection. And so she's going to have to get honest with herself.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can ever deal with these kind of things. That's it. If you want through them, it's the only way to deal with them. You're going to have to do some introspection and then have the discussion about, hey, what really happened?
Yeah.
And then hope they accept it. Hope they love you as much as, they should.
You made a mistake. Apparently, because your partners were upset.
Well, they don't even actually say their partners are necessarily upset. They just say they were caught. One partner might be upset, another might not care. You don't know. But if there's something to have to move past, it's still ultimately it's the same.
It's the same process.
It's the same process.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Now we move into there's a couple of intimacy questions. Okay. I don't know how to feel after feeling her body cringe when he was going down on her. How to proceed. This is just going to take some time before she feels comfortable with you and relaxed. This is a big thing.
Well, also, just because you interpret it as a cringe doesn't necessarily mean it was a cringe.
It could be a whoa.
Yeah, it could have been something else, and you could interpret it differently. Not everybody's going to respond the same way to different things. Now, maybe it is a cringe. Maybe she's not used to that intimate, or maybe she was taught that kind of intimacy is dirty, and so she's got a mental barrier to break. Or maybe that's how she reacts to that, and it's not a cringe. It's just one of those reactions.
It can be part of easing in and just relaxing.
Yeah. Now she is 30.
Mm-hmm.
So she may have some trauma that she's dealing with. And so she may be giving you a bigger gift than you know.
Yeah.
So
She's trusting you.
yeah. So here's a question. Ask. Hey, I've got a question. Don't make it a big deal. Just have a question. Just ask. Just see if I'm interpreting this correctly. Ask her. Just saying. Couldn't hurt.
No.
Generally, these kind of things, you pick your spot type of thing. But generally speaking, asking is not going to hurt.
No.
This kind of thing. It may be embarrassing for both of you, but fact is, if you can have these kind of discussions, then your relationship's generally speaking in a pretty good space because you can have uncomfortable discussions.
Yeah.
So that's my just ask.
Ask
What that was. Maybe your asking can help relieve whatever stress she is feeling.
Yeah.
Or not. Or maybe she can just tell you, what? That was a jolt of excitement. What the hell are you talking about, you moron? Slap you upside the back of the head. You've never seen that before? He could just be completely misinterpreting what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Boyfriend, very awkward in bed, and I don't know what to do about it. He's 34.
Okay.
Now, what he does is he initiates, starts the kissing, and he's a bad kisser.
Okay.
And then he just holds there.
Okay.
And he won't move forward to the next. She has to make the next.
Okay, he's had some bad training. This is what's happened. His previous long-term partner had issues right? So he couldn't move forward until she, right? So in a sense, whether she should have to or not, but that happens when you have a 35-year-old partner. Sometimes you have to retrain them. So you're just going to have to take some initiative and do it yourself. Start the whole process yourself. Change what he thinks See, right now he's essentially doing sex by numbers, and he gets to a number that he doesn't know where to go from here.
Oh.
He had a sex by numbers chart from his previous partner. He could do that. He could run the chart perfectly fine. It was fine. Just, it was like, painting Kermit the Frog in a paint by numbers thing. He just painted Kermit the Frog every time. It was great. It was fine. And now he's got someone who's got to paint grandma's house in the woods. He don't know what colors to use. He doesn't know nothing. And so he's lost. So he needs some directions. He needs some numbers. You can have some fun with it. Put some numbers on you. Start here. 4, 5, 6. You can try that. Have some fun with it would be my suggestion, but you're gonna have to take some time to kind of retrain him. Help him unlearn his previous habits is probably a better way to.
There we go.
Is probably a better way to describe that.
Yeah.
You have to help him unlearn some previous habits. Yeah. Because otherwise you run the risk of just creating new ones. And they might work for you, but how long? At some point it's gonna get just overly routine. That's the danger of probably why he's no longer with that other person. It became overly routine for her and boring because it's all he knew to do.
Yeah.
He could run the numbers. He could do that. He didn't know you can color outside the lines.
Maybe have a talk with him about what he would like to do.
Well, he probably doesn't know. He probably hasn't had enough. His experience has probably been so narrow that he doesn't really know what he wants to do. Or he's afraid to ask you because he's afraid he's punching way above his weight and he doesn't want to scare you off. That happens. Right? I am a 4 dating an 8. I am not going to say or do nothing that's going to make this woman actually pay attention to me. and look closely. So you never ask for the weird things that you like because you don't want to scare mom. And she's sitting there going, "This guy never just boring. He's just afraid of scaring you off." It's right. That's all. That's his fear. It's so yeah. Just saying. But you think this isn't true?
Now, we might say no, but we're not going to look down on you.
That is not true. You personally might not,
No,
but you are not a representative of your species.
I'm not.
No,
Oh,
most of your species is not that enlightened. At
I'm
least in their
I'm
30s.
hearing that from friends too. I really should start paying attention.
And one of these days, you start listening to the people who are
I
telling you
know,
these
and
things.
people who love me
That's-
and actually really know me.
You're not representative of your species
Okay.
on this
Huh.
thing.
Well, here's the thing to the women out there: if you want a guy to tell you things, you have to be non-judgmental. Hello.
Well, but now there's not so few of you that you're like a unicorn, but you're not representative.
Okay.
But, just for some hope out there. There's they're not like endangered species.
They just take some digging to find.
It takes some digging. And oftentimes, it takes them till their mid 30s and 40s to kind of figure it out.
Okay.
Just look at men. It takes us till our 30s and 40s to figure life out, right?
Yeah.
We're no different. Women are no different.
Yeah.
All right. What's next? What are we
Okay,
ending
now
with?
this is our last one. Now this is a puzzler.
Uh-huh.
My wife's sex drive has gone through the roof, and I'm not sure how I can keep up. Now this is after menopause, which is notoriously time for things to shut down. She is not afraid of pregnancy anymore. Huzzah! Now it's all about her.
Well, and here's the thing: wait 3 months and it'll change.
It will.
Because it's the hormone thing, up and down, up and down. So it'll change in a few months. So here's the kind of the flippant answer that's not quite as flippant as it seems. Enjoy it while you got it.
Seriously.
Just because
it's going to change.
You're getting older, and simple physical abilities are going to start getting in the way. So, as he's already finding out,
Yeah,
I am no longer 22.
Yeah.
Now I can keep up with this woman. Well, you have to slow down while she goes faster. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You're going to have to figure out how to
balance that.
So, it is what it is. But try to figure it out. Just try to enjoy it while you can. That's my suggestion. I know, again, it sounds a little flippant, but it's really not. It's one of these things. There's parts of life that you can enjoy the quirkiness of the human experience, or you can, be humbled by it, or you can be distressed by it. So you might as well enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it while you can. All right. Relationships can wound us, teach us, or transform us. Sometimes all at once. Whether you are in your story, you are not alone. Let's close out the night together. So from me and Lubby, have a good night. Please remember to love everybody.